Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode number 2 of Thursday Night Live. Whether this is your first time here or you are a returning viewer, we are very glad to have you. If you don't know, we are a live show. We're focusing on what's happening in the community and just bringing a little levity to our situation. Plus, I'll be interviewing alumni and hearing about the success of former HP Monk members. But as you know, before we get into all that, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the world right now. So I know I talked about him being a vegetable last week, but apparently Kim Jong-un is back. He's better than ever. They say that there were photos that surfaced of him unveiling a new fertilizer plant in North Korea, which, you know, the fertilizer, I think it's all very symbolic of, you know, all the bullshit that's going on over there. So that's pretty good. There's some people who are saying that it might actually be a body double of his, which, you know, I mean, I would say I would love to have a body double to just send to those fireside chats that Mr. Laster is having, because, I mean, you know, come on, right? Why would I go there in person? But in other news, Elon Musk had a child recently. Yeah, I know, big congratulations to him. But for some reason, he decided to name it X. I don't know how to pronounce the next, but IA12, which I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have to make a joke about that. That's funny enough on its own, I think. You guys are the audience members right now. You're in a Zoom call. You know, Zoom has become a pretty big part of our lives with the current pandemic, and yeah, with these changes, I think we've all really come to understand the ins and outs of the app. I honestly don't mind having my classes on there. I mean, you just kind of sign in at the right time, you wait for them to start talking, and then you just mute it and you just go do some other shit for an hour, which I guess I actually hope you guys are not doing with this show, because it's going to be an interesting one we have tonight. But, you know, before I start, a lot of colleges at the moment have been in the headlines, and there's a lot of speculation, as I'm sure you've heard, about whether or not anyone can attend next fall. And me personally, I'm wondering what it's going to be like going there if we have to have if I have to attend online. If people are throwing parties over Zoom, am I going to have to bring 3 girls to the waiting room so I can just get out of it and get into the party? I mean, how's that going to end up working? But there are no ratios for this audience, the one you are in. Anyone can come and watch this, and that's why it's so amazing. Coming up, we have our first interview with our first HP Monk guest. But before we do that, As you may know from last week, we like to showcase our local community and talk about our local businesses and how you can support them. So we're going to cut to a little break, and then we will be back with our first interview.
Are you bored out of your mind? Are you trying to save yourself from the dark thoughts that may be invading your brain? Well, one great way to relieve your boredom, cultivate a new talent, and be able to entertain the people who may be stuck with you in your home is to learn a new instrument. And one way you can do this is by signing up at Speak Music. They are offering virtual lessons in all different types of instruments, such as the bass, the guitar, the violin. I think they offer singing lessons and so much more. So check them out because they need support from the local community right now because they're shut down. And many of the musicians who work there, all their gigs are shut down as well. And they need the lessons in order to make income. Woo!
Okay. Hi, Olivia. How are you doing? How's it going?
Good, good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Good. Yes, we can. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. I know Mr. Gold kind of briefed you a little bit on this, but the audience is watching right now. We can't hear them. We're just gonna, convert. From my knowledge, you've stayed pretty involved in Model UN since your time in high school. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's compelled you to stay focused on it after you went to college?
Well, I think a number of things. So I've always really loved okay, I know it's gonna sound like, I know it's not what a lot of people say, but I actually really love the research part of Model UN.
Wow,
I
that's
always
wonderful.
really nervous Yeah, so I always got really nervous about like the committee part and like debating. I remember like me and Micah Gartenberg, we were like a dream team because he would handle the front room, I'd handle the back room, and it was really great. And I always really loved that aspect. And so I loved the fact that I could just continuously learn about topics that were always going to be relevant. But I also I love the idea of solving problems. I don't know if it's
For
something
sure.
like escapism, just like this false reality that maybe things can change and like good things can get done. But I also love just learning and teaching. So I think it's probably a combination of all of those things.
Would you say you have like a favorite topic you like to, I don't know, I mean, obviously I think you're kind of past the debating point, you're on the hosting conferences, but did you say you have a favorite committee to like run or like look into? What's your favorite?
Oh my God, yes. The UN Commission on the Status of Women is my favorite by far. I've chaired it multiple times and I've written multiple background guides for it. We too often, just as a society, extend, research and ideas that have been conducted around men and expand it to women. And then we just like miss all of these things in a variety of things from, but medicine, I would say, is probably like the biggest example. So just the fact that there's a body that focuses on that, and you can get people, college kids, 18 to 22, to like really focus in on those issues. Like, it's just, some people say, it's just a Model UN conference, but I'd hope that those things stick,
For sure. Can you just sum up for us real quick where you like went to college after you graduated from high school?
Yeah, so I went to UCLA. I got my BA in but I was the Secretary General of Model UN at UCLA.
Wow. Okay, that's you're getting your PhD right now, right?
I'm actually in my master's right now, but
okay.
I'm applying to PhD programs, so eventually.
Cool. And I'm kind of jumping back and forth, but in committee, since you've chaired it a lot more than anyone listening here has, what would you say has been like your weirdest experience in a committee room, if you have one?
So it was probably back earlier on when I was chairing. I think I might have been like a freshman in college. And my face is really expressive. Like it's really hard to hide how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And so one time I was in the committee, I wasn't the chair. At UCLA, we call it a little differently. So the chair is like the main person, and then your director, sort of like your sidekick. And I was a director then. And one of the delegates, this was for our high school conference, one of the delegates was like, he raised his placard and he was like, I just want to say, I really appreciate all of the director's facial expressions. And I was like, I know it's supposed to be a compliment, but I'm mortified because that means you've seen exactly what I've been thinking this entire time, and you're supposed to be pretty neutral when you're like.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I've definitely had chairs who always have specific reactions to what I'm saying, and I try and gauge it, like to see if they like what I'm doing or not, but I don't know if that helps or not. So you're getting your master's at Harvard, right?
Yes.
So what made you decide to study there? And like, could you, obviously it's like, super famous school. I'm sure everybody's heard of Harvard. What would you say, what's it like studying there, and why'd you pick Harvard?
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you asked that because I would say Model UN is like kind of what brought me to it, honestly. So I was also the program coordinator for the Model United Nations Summer Institute at UCLA, which is basically like a summer program for high school students where they can learn about Model UN and international relations and get college credit for it. And so I got to run that and like design the curriculum for it. And that kind of like triggered almost like an existential crisis because I was like, oh no, like I thought I wanted to get my PhD in linguistics, which is what I studied in undergrad. But I was like, wait, like I really love teaching and I really love designing curriculum and designing curriculum that's purposeful, And so I was like, education, that's it. I got to do it. And so I kind of applied to Harvard on a whim, and then I got in and I was like, oh no, like you can't say no to Harvard.
On a whim, yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's been really great. And I think every school at Harvard, definitely every program at Harvard is different, but educators are just a different type of people who are like
For sure.
inherently kind and caring. And so just to
Well,
be
except for
surrounded,
Mr. Gold, but yeah.
yeah, maybe Mr. Gold is fine. But so to be around those people and just have those people as your classmates it was hard, even when things got really intense, it was hard to feel sad or alone or anything like that. And so I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah, wow. It seems like such an amazing experience, but so does UCLA. I mean, I know California is so beautiful, but
I miss it.
I bet. Though we didn't even have any snow this year in New Jersey, so it's not even like it's been that bad over here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so obviously you're going into education, and I don't know if you know, you might. This week is a Teacher Appreciation Week. So who would you say has been like an influential like teacher in your life, and why? And it doesn't have to be anybody that anybody knows. Like it can just be like whoever you think is the best.
Yeah. Wow, there's definitely so many to name. And like definitely, my Model UN advisors like Mr. Mladnick and Mr. Gold. But I think honestly, the first person that came to mind was Miss Giovanetti, my middle school Spanish teacher.
I love Miss G. Oh my God.
She is like, she's just a perfect human. And so like, she's obviously an incredible teacher too. But she really, I had her in elementary school too, so since like 4th grade. But yeah, she really ignited my love for foreign languages, which was then I started taking French and Italian, and I was like, wait, linguistics exists, and that's how I got into it in undergrad. So really, thanks to her, she's the reason I think I kind of got onto this path. So I'm really grateful for that.
I mean, that's such a great call, because Miss G has always been one of my favorite teachers. I know she's not watching this very likely, but yeah, I loved her. Even though I was and am pretty terrible at Spanish, I still have loved, honestly, like lots of my Spanish teachers in high school. Speaking of talking about like foreign languages and whatnot, you did travel for Model UN. Is that, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I've traveled. Okay, so right now, it's okay. Sorry. So going back to the question about like being involved in Model UN still, I would proudly like to say that this is my 10th year doing Model United Nations.
Wow.
I am the Undersecretary General of Simulations for Chicago International Model United Nations. And there's a sister conference in Mexico City for that conference. And so, as you know, that is the conference that I staff every year. Oh my God, I totally
Great conference. Yeah, I was just there.
I love that conference. And I hope you guys did too. And then I also had the opportunity to do a conference in Tokyo, which was really incredible as well. And then I've kind of been in the works with this program, this nonprofit in China. We originally started with just like more so like typical like summer camp programs, if that makes sense, just like a typical day camp with this nonprofit that I used to work with. But I'm trying to kind of integrate like more of like the Model UN like extracurriculars into it. But yeah, we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, that's really cool. Has that been like upset at all with like the recent coronavirus stuff, like especially like developing a program over there for like, are you guys gonna be able to do anything this summer?
Right. Yeah, no, everything's kind of been put on hold. So it's almost, the whole world is just playing everything by ear right now, it feels like. And definitely things like that included.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's I definitely feel it. Did you have Mr. Gold was talking about this earlier. You had a conference that you were planning that actually got canceled because of coronavirus. Is that correct?
I don't.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah, no, nothing's been canceled yet. I hope not.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It's my okay.
Yeah. Sorry. So the college conference that I used to be a part of did get canceled this year.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Really, really sad. wow, I think I might have blocked that out from my memory because it was so sad. So yes, a conference did get canceled.
I know I kind of jumping between topics here, but there's a small little segment. It's brand new that we want to try. It's called, oh God, the name is so, it's called Binge or Cringe. The name is terrible, but it's
Yes.
I'm gonna give you 3 shows.
Okay.
3 TV shows, and you have to rank them the cringiest to the bingiest. Oh, I hate rhymes. So okay. Stranger Things,
Okay.
Friends, and Breaking Bad. And you might be upsetting our audience with your answers here.
Okay, actually, I think I'm gonna. So I've actually never seen Stranger Things, but there's that TikTok audio that goes like 11.
Oh,
and that's like, that drove me insane. So I'm gonna put that last, and then Friends, and then Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad.
Are you watching Better Call Saul?
Yes, like day one, Breaking Bad. Love Breaking Bad.
So good. Who's your favorite character?
I think Jesse was my favorite character.
Jesse, yeah, he's definitely the most sympathetic. Wait, let's not spoil anything because we might be.
I would say like his character arc was incredible. Like just such great character development. I'm here for that.
Yeah. I mean, for any of you who haven't watched Breaking Bad in our audience, you should watch it. It's really good. I actually think Better Call Saul is better. In my opinion, I think the writers have matured a bit, but I don't know. Maybe maybe that's a little yeah. Okay, sorry. I was getting a message from Mr. Gold. That's all the time we have, but thank you so much for coming on. It was really great talking to you, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Good luck. Bye.
Okay, guys, so up next, we have a little segment from Idan, but before we get to that, we are going to go to commercial. So let's go to that now.
Okay, hey guys, so I know I did this commercial last week about Midori, but I'm going to do another one about Midori because it's my favorite restaurant. I don't want it to get shut down. So I actually got Midori this week, and I got 3 Philadelphia roll, and it was probably the best day of my entire quarantine. I was so excited. I told my English class, everyone was jealous. But the really cool thing about Midori is not only will it completely brighten your day, but they have really, really insane deals. And I know I said this last time, but listen to this. I got 3 Philadelphia roll and a miso soup with the lunch special. And that cost $11.50. So if you bought those things individually, that would cost $7 more. So you can save a ton of money, and it's so, so good. You can do pickup or delivery. Pickup was really easy when I did it. So yeah, it's really, really fantastic. And you guys should definitely get some. Make sure that they don't go out of business. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of different options. I mean, you can get like bento boxes.
Welcome back, everybody. You know who it is. Oh. Welcome back, everybody. You know who it is. It is Idan Blank, back again for another mystery segment. I don't know what it is, but hello, Idan. How are you?
Hello, Charles. I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. So good evening, HP Monk. My name is Idan Blank, and I'm here with some local news. As you can tell, I switched out my microphone for a gavel, not to flex, of course, but rather just to fit with the theme. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna get started with the local news. So I am saddened to announce that Thursday Night Live has been victim of fake news. So Okey Pokey is not going to be opened quite yet. However, it will be opening on May 13th. So guys, hang in there. All right, it will be okay. I promise. If we made it this far, we can make it a few more days. In other news, graduation this year will be run slightly differently in order to accommodate for social distancing. So us seniors will have to have like a drive-through commencement. We'll see how that goes. I hope it goes faster than the lines at Dunkin' Donuts, but we'll see. And that'll be on June 22nd at 2 p.m. So if you guys want to support your seniors, AKA me and Charlie and a few other of us on here, please, do that. And also prom has been postponed to July or August, possibly January, or possibly after I get married. So we'll see when that happens. Maybe my wedding day could be prom. We'll see.
Well, you have to go alone.
Furthermore, that would be really sad if I ended up going alone. Furthermore, the farmers market is now open. So if you want to pre-order your purchases, you can, do that, and then you can have a contactless pickup. So it's quite convenient. You want to get those fresh veggies, go for it. So now I'm going to introduce a new segment of this show, and I'm going to a new segment of the new segment, and I'm switching gavels for it. So we're going to do a new segment, and it's called Who's Behind the Mask? So it's going to be a fun little game. I'm going to show you guys some celebrities, and they're going to have their masks on, and you have to guess who's behind the mask. You guys ready?
Okay. You guys can play along in chat in the Zoom or however you would like to do that. But yeah, am I guessing?
Everyone can guess,
Okay.
It'll
right,
be a nice thing. I'm just trying to figure out how to share a screen here.
Okie dokie. In the meantime, I shall just sit here looking handsome as I do best on this show. Dude, I should get out all my gavels and flex on you even harder.
Okay, how many gavels? Because I don't think you have more gavels than I do.
I definitely have more gavels than you. I have more gavels.
Hey. All right, do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, that's my email right there. So now I get to see how organized that is. Great. So we're gonna start from over here. Now I can't hear what you guys have to say, but who do we think this is, folks?
Ew. I don't know. Is that Justin Bieber? Kind of looks like him.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it.
Oh,
That was a good one. It was an easy one to start off. All right. Now, if anyone can guess this feller over here.
Drake. 100%.
One of my
That's
favorite
Drake.
artists. That is indeed Drake.
He's got the. Oh God, what a beast! What a beast.
Who's this guy? King of beasts.
That is Logan Paul, Maverick Gang. You already know. Am
You
I right?
already know. Yes, you're correct. And this is a flattering photo. Who do we think this is?
Demi Lovato?
Any guesses? That's what I thought when I first saw the picture, but it actually isn't.
Is it?
It's Selena Gomez, fun fact.
Oh, wow.
Right? It didn't look like her.
Sad and chinless.
All right, now what about this one? She's a famous one, so hopefully you'll get her.
Bella Hadid?
Ding, ding, ding. You got it.
Oh my God, I literally barely know who
All
she
right.
is. I don't even know what she does. Oh,
I don't know how you got her actually.
what's his name? I don't even remember his name.
What does
He's the
he
guy who
sing?
sings-
Let's see if you know.
Doesn't he sing that? Oh, wait, is it Pharrell Williams?
Yes, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding. You got
Yeah.
that one.
I couldn't remember who sings. Is his head giant or is he wearing a hat in that? Or is
He always wears hats, so that's how you kind of can tell. This
God.
one's gonna be a tricky one. I honestly did not know this person existed until I looked up like famous celebrities wearing masks. But apparently she's like a famous actress or something. I didn't know her.
Dude, it beats me. Maybe somebody in the audience knows. I don't know, man. Oh,
Okay, I'll just say it. This is didn't know who she was. So
What's her
apparently
name?
she's famous.
Sorry.
Kate
Cut out a little.
Hudson.
oh, yes. I know her. Kate Hudson. Okay.
Yes. All right. Now we're going to look at some more photos. This one's very famous as well. Let's see if it
Oh,
loads.
obviously, that is Kylie Jenner, of course. Who else would it be?
That
No,
is
I mean,
not
yeah,
Kylie
come on.
Jenner.
That's clearly Kim K. Oh, she's got the. Imagine
That
doing your
is
eye makeup
Kim
and then put on
K.
a matte. Like, what's the point in? I don't know.
There's
Yeah.
actually been several occurrences where I've just done a full face of makeup and then forgotten that I had to wear a mask. So I completely feel her. It's a struggle. And this one's quite obvious too. Let me zoom in.
Oh, that's Miley
Who is
Cyrus.
this legend?
Miley Cyrus, of course.
Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
You
she
think
sings-
that's Miley Cyrus?
She sings.
That's
bad
not
guy.
Miley Cyrus.
She's the bad guy. Do. Yeah. What?
Okay. Person who sings bad guy is
hair
not
color.
Miley
You could have just
Cyrus.
changed her hair. I would have known who it was. Of course.
This is Billie Eilish.
Yes.
And we have this one who's also quite obvious.
Cardi Beeson.
Cardi B. And
Yeah.
last but certainly not least, this one's, quite well known. Oh, shoot. He's not wearing a mask. Wait, let's see if I can find a better picture
Oh,
of him wearing a mask.
is it?
Oh,
Mike-
wait, he's not wearing a mask here either. Wait, hold up. One second. Guys, has
Oh,
anyone ever seen Mike Pence wear a mask before? Because I guess, this just ruined the game. Mike Pence, what is up with you going to the Mayo Clinic without a mask? All right. I see how it is, Mike Pence. Ruining
thank
the
you
game
very
for me.
much, Don.
Anytime.
We love that. We love your news. We love all the mask games, and it was great having you. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Next, we have Irene Westfall with a musical performance. But before we get into that, we are going to do our little ad. So you guys know what it is, and we'll be back in a sec.
Hi everyone. My name is Julia, and I have come to give you an ad about Highland Park High School soccer. The girls soccer team is just an amazing group of people. When you enter high school, it can be really scary. Just going into this large, big community, and the seniors look really intimidating. And soccer is the one thing that really pulls people together. Me, Katie, Anya, we were all captains, and we're all three here today, so we can really tell you about it. Lydia is here too. She's a freshman. She was one of the more confident freshmen that we don't usually get. So maybe she can't speak to this, but as like an underconfident freshman that Katie, Anya, and I all were, it was just so nice being a part of a team like this. And actually, I have some soccer merch. This is Anya's. I stole it probably 5 months ago. I also stole Ava and Emily's soccer long sleeve shirt. So everyone should be buying girls soccer merch, even if you're not on the team, because it's just a great way to support the team. And also, I know lots of you here aren't in high school or just are guys and not girls, but please come to the girls soccer games to support the team, because it's just a great community to support. Girls soccer.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. Up next, we have a very interesting musical performance from Irene Westfall. She graduated in the class of 2018. Irene, you wanna say hi to everybody before you get started?
Sure. Hello, viewers. Nice to see you again, Charlie and Mr. Gold. How are you?
Hello. Doing well. Doing well. There's an audience right now that you can't see. We're like live streaming this. They could see everything that's going on. But yeah. Whenever you wanna start, we'd love to
Sure.
hear.
This is a piece called Saraband by Debussy. About 5 minutes long.
Dope.
Thank you.
Hi. Wow. No, that was amazing. Thank you. I obviously, it's just me clapping, so it's a little awkward. But no, that was really awesome. I don't like know enough about about music to ask you about the piece or anything, but it sounded really good.
Thank you.
So we're gonna. You have time for a little bit of interview?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So I said this earlier, but you graduated in 2018, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, where are you studying now?
I am a sophomore at Wesleyan University.
Okay, and Mr. Gold told me that you're double majoring right now. Is that right?
I am single majoring and also I have a minor.
Oh, okay. So what are the two areas where you're focused on at the moment?
I am majoring in history and completing a minor in data analysis, which is sort of like a cluster of courses like involving statistics, computer science, other sort of data type classes. But Wesleyan has an open curriculum, so I've taken a lot of classes outside of those subjects. I've taken a lot of music classes, a couple sociology classes, Spanish class, took drawing. So I've done a lot of stuff. It took me a while to decide on my course of study, like officially, because I wanted to shop around.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's one of the like appeals of like liberal arts colleges.
Yeah.
What's it been like trying to, or like keeping music a part of your studies as you kind of you like branch away into separate major? Like, what's been the difficulty with that for you?
I entered college thinking I was maybe gonna double major in music and something else,
Mm.
and then like the requirements to major in music are just a lot at Wesleyan. Like it's just a lot of credits, and I ultimately to get something that would fund my like transcript as a major, but then have to forego taking other classes in other areas that I also wanted to study. So now I take classes that seem interesting to me. I do some extracurricular stuff. I take lessons. I just started taking electric bass lessons because I thought that it would be a fun way to branch out into new genres.
Yeah.
I've played in some pits and like done some ensemble stuff at school.
We're actually gonna try and have Anya St. Martin do a intro for us with her electric bass. I think it's electric bass. I'm really bad with instruments, so I don't really know. But that, and she's gonna mix piano together. So I mean, I'm terrible with music. I can't keep a beat for my life, but I always think it's really amazing when someone has a lot of talent with it. How long have you been playing piano?
I started taking lessons when I was a little less than 7, almost 7.
And have you had like this is kind of like a maybe question you get a lot, but have you had like a proudest moment with your music ever?
I think probably my senior recital, which I had right at the end of high school when I was, going off to college and would no longer be taking lessons at the same music studio that I'd been at for years. So I had I think it was roughly 30 or 35 minute solo recital. I think I played one duet with my teacher, and a lot of my neighbors and friends and family came. And I tend to be somewhat perfectionist about my performances, and I'm rarely happy with them because I always, inevitably get stage fright and mess something up. But I was pretty happy overall with that performance, and it was a nice sort of culmination of my work at that studio. So probably then, yeah.
So falling in line with what we asked one of our previous guests, I don't know if you know or not, but it's Teacher Appreciation Week right now. So in your time learning music, have you had one music teacher that really stood out to you, like that you might want to give a shout out for a specific reason?
I've had a lot of good teachers for music. My teacher for the last couple years of classical piano at Speak Music, Enriqueta, she's really great. She's pretty young, getting her master's, I think, or maybe she completed her master's at Rutgers recently, and just has an amazing work ethic and is really compassionate, and was a great teacher and helped me develop a lot as a classical pianist in the last couple of years of high school.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's I think I did like piano really briefly when I was a lot younger. I just remember my teacher was really nice, but I was so bad at it. And so I don't know. It always amazed me what it must feel like to be a music teacher and have to listen to kids who come in and just play garbage for so long and then help them become great. But anyway, Irene, thank you so
Play
much.
piano like
No,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Whatever you're gonna say.
When at least when kids start out playing piano, when you touch a note, it just sounds, whether like it doesn't sound terrible. Whereas like I can't imagine trying to start to learn to play the violin and like it screeches for the first months
or like a
year.
saxophone or something. Like, oh God.
Yeah, I never played one of those instruments.
Well, Irene, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure having you, and it's a pleasure getting to hear that piece. So
Thanks for having me.
okay, I hope you're doing well. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so everybody, that was Irene Westphal. You all heard it. Great piano playing. I know we have maybe a few pianists in our audience, so they're probably curious about what it's like to take that on with you to college. We're gonna have a quick ad, and then I'm gonna wrap this baby up.
Hey guys, it's Chen Li here. So I'm here to talk about something that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. So I was thinking about what to do since I'm chilling at home all day in this pandemic, and I was thinking about two things that I'm kind of good at: computer-aided design and I guess starting organizations. So recently I started an organization called Protect NJ, which uses 3D printing to make personal protective equipment to medical workers. So right now, as I'm watching Thursday Night Live, I'm actually working on finishing up the website, and we will be having our first drop-off for 3D printed face shields next Saturday. So I'm very excited for that. And as soon as everything is ready tonight, everything should be ready tonight. I'm going to be starting to post more information on my social media and just around the internet as a whole. And I'd really appreciate it if everyone here could help me spread the word, because I want to be able to gather as many donations as possible to hopefully help as many workers as possible. So Mr. Gold told me to show you, I guess, some of the stuff that I've done. So right here is kind of a sample 3D print. This right here is just the, I guess, visor frame. So you basically put it on your head. You get one of those transparency films that like your math teacher uses for projectors, and you place it over, and that would be a face shield. And right here is, I have my 3D printer. Right now, it's basically just constantly, almost constantly on. It gets kind of annoying, actually. It's pretty loud. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And I really hope that everyone here can help me get the word out as soon as I have all the details fleshed out and start posting either tonight or tomorrow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I know I promised you all 3 guests, but unfortunately, Esther is experiencing technical difficulties, which is okay because we're getting pretty close to our time ending anyway. We're going to have her on next week. She can talk to us about her work with undocumented immigrants at Rutgers. It's been, I don't know, super interesting, and you guys should definitely come to that one. But other than that, that is all I have for this week. And I just got to say thank you guys all so much for coming, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you when you tune in next week. Thank you, guys. Do, 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 do.